This is a forget, you know, excitement, spill your popcorn kind of movie.
Train that size going that fast will vaporize anything in front of it.
What I love about Connie in this film,
Yes.
she was strong and assertive, especially with her boss, without being like disrespectful. Can you talk to me about like what drew you to her, and if those are some of the things you saw as well?
I loved creating that for her, and really it was a fine line, you know, because those lines are there, but they can be said in all different types of ways, and that was actually quite stressful. It's like
freight cars of hazardous chemicals. We're not just talking about a train. We're talking about a missile the size of the Chrysler Building.
it's like I don't want to do the cliche thing of a woman in control is, or a woman in a male-dominated industry has to do, and all that stuff. Like it's like this isn't the 20s. You know?
Are you in or you out?
You want to kill yourself, you do it alone.
All right, you do what you want.
Wait.
What was it like working with him? Because, my God, he's one of the consummate actors of our time.
It's a huge honor, and just the fact that my name is above the title there with Denzel's is such a trip. It's incredible.
If you're right and that derailer fails, what are the odds it makes it to Stanton?
You saw the train. What do you think?
Were you intimidated walking onto set at all?
Huge, you know? I mean, it's Denzel, and then it's a relationship that Denzel has with Tony that has carried them for 5 years.
That's true. Do some successful films.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to say, Denzel, it's not your first time working with him. You worked with him and He Got Game.
Yes.
Yes, but this time it was sort of different because this time you're kind of all in front of a screen for most of the film.
Yeah.
Except for some of like the scene at the end.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to me about like what that experience was like?
Yeah, it's interesting when you're playing a role that you're actually not having conversations with each other because we're shooting it so many weeks and months apart. But these are people who connect and bond just through voice. You know, just being that like completely, you know, taken off voice from the speaker that's coming in and trusting what they're doing, believing in them, supporting in them, being their eyes and ears outside of the cab that they're stuck in. And in some ways, they're just as frustrated about the space that they're in as I am sitting in my control room. And it's an amazing thing. You know, you meet a lot of different characters when you're in this movie.
This film right here is your 5th time working with Tony Scott. And my favorite is Man on Fire. I think I've seen it 30 times. I adore that one.
Wow.
What's your favorite?
What, film working with Tony?
Working with Tony, yeah.
He, you know, this really surprised me more than others. I guess because it's so many different parts. Chris and I were doing our stuff while all the shots of the monster train we never really got to see, or the scenes in the town that the people that it was affected that we never got to see. And seeing him put all those things together and build that tension, and it was exciting to watch. I was like, whoa, okay, we got one.